Hello. Right, so another thing that is absolutely critical uh, for prepping. Um, I mean, you try and get a face-to-face appointment. There are millions and millions of people on waiting lists now. The whole system, medical system, is on its knees, and not for the reasons that you think either. I'm hoping there's a few people out there that are doing plenty of digging and keeping their eyes on a swivel, heads on a swivel. So you need to. I've done countless first aid courses over the years with the type of work I used to do. So there's a lot of these skills that are a little bit like riding a bike. You think you've forgotten, but you haven't, and they'll come back. So um, you need a decent first aid manual for starters, a really good one, and this is a really good one. This is the 10th edition of the St. John's First Aid Manual. I strongly recommend that you get this. It's not that expensive, and it covers so much. Unbelievable. Even first aid on kids. It covers pretty much everything you can come across that can be managed by the average person. Practice on your kids, practice on your husband, your wife, whatever. You just make it a fun family event if you want to. I know it sounds cheesy and tacky, but you need to get some practice in, because it could save someone's life one day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my first aid kit. I mean, if you just put to scale my hand on this, it's not that big. I've got piano playing hands and not very manly hands. So I'm going to open this up and show you what I've got. So difficult to do this with one hand. So unprofessional. Okay, so hand sanitizer. Give yourselves a proper good scrub up before you attempt to sort anyone out. These here can be bought online. They contain iodine. So basically what you do is open one up with one hand and just make out that line there. See that line? And what you do is you snap that. You don't normally need to snap it that hard, and then it rushes down to the bottom like that, and then you rub that on the wound. Back off, please. You rub that on the wound and then dress the wound. Okay, iodine, we can get bottles of it. So you need various bandages, gauzes, plasters, rubber gloves, scissors. These are all sachets of alcohol gel as well. Loads and loads of them. Got eye wash as well. I've got 2 of those in there. If you get something in your eye, I mean, that can really impede your progress. Trying to get yourself sorted out in a state of stress and anxiety. These things here are fantastic. You can get them online as well. I mean, you basically just put this little tablet in water, and you get a towel bigger than that, like a wet wipe, that's sterile, to wipe off any blood, clean any wound. I've got super glue in here, and then I've also got the solution in here to remove the super glue so your hand doesn't get stuck to the patient. But super glue can be used as a form of sealing a clean wound. So if you've got a straight slice, you can put super glue on, pinch the skin together, put super glue along, and just hold it for a while. If your fingers get stuck, they get stuck, it's okay. You've got a spare hand, and you'd use this other solution to disperse the super glue that's on your fingers connecting you to the patient. Sorry if I'm waffling on a little bit. I don't really want to go through absolutely everything here because it will just take too long, and I don't want you to get bored. Emergency foil blanket. You need to have at least a couple of those in there. Antiseptic cream. I've got 2 of those in there. There are certain things you may need to rotate to stick to the dates. Another bandage there. Just get a massive variety of bandages, and then just pack as much as you can into a very portable first aid kit. Now I've got smaller ones. What's that? I've got a bottle of iodine as well. See, I'm more prepared than I think. Alcohol wipes, you know, for cleaning wounds, dressing before you dress a wound. You've got to make the gloves. You get the idea. Loads of different shapes of plasters and stuff like that. You know, if you want to know a little bit more about first aid advice on what to put in there, if there's anything that I've missed off, anything that you want to add in the comments that you would put into a first aid kit, then that'd be great. I've got a smaller one which has got more or less the same sort of stuff, but less of them. In my car, I've got one in my bug out bag, one in my wife's bug out bag, one at our caravan, which is would probably be our bug out location if it came to it. But you are better off standing your ground, securing your home, making friends with your neighbours, and protecting your castle. That's just my opinion. You know, not everyone likes confrontation. I don't like confrontation, but yeah, I'll fight anyone to protect my wife, my dogs, my family, my home, anything. So it's just a general thing, but it's something that you really do need to look into, because it's very important. And get practicing. Make it a fun little thing to do, you know, when you're bored. I mean, there is a very high chance we're going to get locked down again, which is completely and totally unjustified. But if that does happen, use your time well. You know, use it productively. My next video will be on books, good books to keep, because not only are these full of information that can help to save your or someone else's life, it also makes for an interesting read, which keeps boredom at bay. Boredom in itself is a killer. So that's it for now, guys. I'm sorry if I waffled on a little bit. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.